What's going on, sports fans? It is Josh Williams back again with another episode of Week 3 NFL picks of the American Fan 365. We are still in the house. We've kind of taken some steps back into the house, but had some meetings today to get back out of the house and actually find a home. So Dave is, Dave's Dave on that, but we'll might have some exciting news to tell you guys in a moment. But without further ado, let me go ahead and bring Dave into here. Let's see if we can get him on its own battle. Is getting everything up and running. But yeah, first off, so I'll just go quickly over what we're talking about today. We're gonna talk obviously about Bud Crawford. I'm so upset that we did not talk about the Canelo Crawford fight last week. I thought about it probably a couple hours after we went off air, and so I was like pissed about that. But we will talk a little bit of a recap for that. Let me see if I can get Dave in here again, just so we're not waiting very long. Try it again. So we're going to talk about that. We'll get to a little bit of October baseball. Talk about what's going on with the wild card round and kind of what's going on leading into the playoffs, because this is the time of year where everyone turns into a baseball fan. You see, I got my Cub jersey on. I have been watching my Cubs all year. We just clinched yesterday. So we'll talk a little bit about that. And then obviously we'll get into NFL and get into the picks. So I'm going to try and get Dave on here as quick as I can. But again, see. Instagram, you guys got to do better with this whole like bringing people on your live and all that good stuff. Because Lord have mercy, Jesus, this is always its own like battle and struggle. There we go. All right, we got Dave. Dave is not in the garage because we were having some thunderstorm issues in Vegas. Dave is
It's warm in the
relocated
garage.
inside the house. Yeah, well, I mean, it's nice outside. 70-some degrees outside today, Dave. It's not gonna be that. It's not gonna be that warm. How you doing?
I mean, better than the Clippers organization, that's for sure.
We're not. Look, we talked about that last week. We're not giving them 5-10 minutes again this week. We don't got the time.
Oof.
But yeah, the season can't hurry up and start. I'll say that they need games to distract for sure. But everything's good in your world.
Yeah, I mean, good as it can be.
Yeah. You see, this is the last week of these braids. It's about time for these to go. So we'll be doing
Yeah,
something.
you're getting a little loose up there.
It's week going into week 3, so we're
Don't
2 weeks
don't
in.
don't be Jim
And
Jones, Josh. Don't be Jim Jones.
no, what? No, you know what? That's trademark for Jim Jones. He can do that. And then also he's
At
always
least,
straight back
hey, at
guys.
least there's something he can do.
Uh, I've bought my share of Jim Jones albums.
Ooh,
I'm not even gonna
that's an
I'm not even
indictment
gonna
on
lie.
you.
Not
It's an
even gonna
indictment
lie.
on you.
Look, Jim Jones is a fan of the family. He was on Jerome's TV show, Make It Hot. We hooked up his Maserati. I always have love for Jim Jones and Dipset.
You fly high, evidently.
Yes, all the time. Let's go around the world in sports, Dave. Up first, as I said before, Bud Crawford did it. He took out Canelo. I know that we didn't talk about this last week. He did it in the way that I didn't think he was going to be able to, and that was getting a decision without a knockdown in that fight. Were you surprised by Vegas' honesty in killing their cash cow?
I think, first off, I think you're being a little too kind with honesty because two people had 15-13 cards, and that was not a 15-13 fight.
No, no,
So
it
let's
wasn't.
let's
It
let's hold
wasn't.
up on Vegas honesty. But why would you expect a knockdown of any sort? Neither one of these guys has been knocked down in now a combined 110 fights. Neither one of them
Well,
has ever won one knockdown.
Canelo's never been knocked down.
Neither of them have ever been knocked down.
Bevo didn't knock him down. I thought Bevo
No, he
knocked him
beat him, but he did not knock him down. Never been knocked down.
down. Okay, that's actually some good information. No, I didn't. I knew that Bud hadn't been knocked down. Bud's never really been in trouble like that. Canelo's been in trouble before,
The
so
the key
I
was the key was how he would handle the power And you could see early on, especially I believe it was after the sixth round, when he came out smiling like that, he
Yeah,
realized
that's
that
all you got.
Canelo couldn't hurt him and he wasn't
Mhm.
going to outbox him.
Yeah,
So, but he also had a lot of time to put on that weight. He had a lot of time to get things right because this fight was supposed to happen earlier. They forced
yeah.
that skull fight on, which people tried to act in the broadcast like, "Oh, is the skull fight some indictment on Canelo?" Canelo, it's like, no. Canelo told you how much he didn't want that fight, didn't train for it, didn't care about it, thought it was a worthless waste of his time, and showed accordingly in that fight. He just did just enough to get out and not let somebody hit him before he fought Crawford.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Um, I'm excited that he won. Obviously, I was rooting for him.
Oh, Buck's
Um,
my guy. I love him.
but yeah, yeah. I mean, it's going to be interesting, especially if they don't run this back in obviously Cinco de Mayo territory. What is going on? How you
I
doing, Coach?
I hope they don't
Um,
run it back.
I
I would love for
mean,
it, but see, my thought is both the sounds of both of those guys. And listen, money talks, and fighters don't stop fighting. But those sounded like two guys who were kind of ready to retire.
wow.
But like I said, because when you're Bud, what's the next fight? Unless it's running this back, there isn't one. If you're
Well,
Canelo, there's a
yeah.
huge payday waiting for him to knock the hell out of Jake Paul for
I,
$100 million
I knew you were
and
gonna
not put
say that.
any effort into it.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Which,
I
by the
mean,
way, that
yeah,
Jake
that's
Paul fight is in jeopardy. They have to find a place to put it because
no.
Atlanta
You
said
saw
no,
you
no,
saw where
no.
they're putting it. You saw where they're putting it.
Where are they putting it now?
Miami, Miami. It got announced it was
Oh
getting
yeah,
moved
it's
to
lawless
Miami.
there. It's
Yeah,
lawless there.
it's fair. It's fair.
It's
But
weird
uh,
that
but yeah,
that big of a 60-pound weight difference would affect a
well,
boxing match.
we're still that's gonna be must see TV as bad as it is. I will say that. Switching gears over to baseball. October baseball is right around the corner, Dave, and there's no more play-in wild card round. I just had a quick question for you. And would you rather be a top two team, the top two teams on each side, AL and NL, get the bye, or would you want your team to be playing? The top two teams, they get that bye. They're off for around 10 days at least. Would you rather keep playing or get rest?
I think it would all depend on how my team ended the season. If I had to play all the way out to get in or to get that top seed or something like that, I'd rather be playing. But if
Okay.
I've been sitting here and strategically resting guys for, I mean, let's not kid ourselves. Detroit won that division 4 months ago.
In July, for sure. It
So
was,
I mean,
yeah.
so everybody's talking about their record and this and that and slumps. It's like they've been in the playoffs forever.
Yeah.
So I think it all depends on what nature you finish the
Your
season. Because
your season.
if you're on that roll, or if you had to close out, like even if you're one of the best teams, but say you had to really like lock it up at the end, then yeah, you want to keep playing. Because I mean the stats, the history says that, but then again, at the same time, you go out earlier, then you look like a fool. So I would never
Yeah.
do the thing that makes me go out earlier, even if I think it's more advantageous in most cases.
For me, I would probably rather keep playing. There and the reason baseball players they're used to playing every day, every other day. Yeah, I mean not having more than 3 days off, having a full like almost 2 weeks off. I don't know.
Yeah,
Um,
that part,
you
I
know what I
can't
mean?
disagree with you on that. That part is, that's why I have a hard, it's like, I only say it because of just the, just the thought of, man, I have an opportunity to miss playing games. Instead, now I am playing games. That's a, if I could, I don't think you'd ever, no team is ever going to turn down the chance to advance around and not
Yeah,
get knocked out.
that's right.
That would
That's
be
true.
stupid.
That's true. That's true. All right. Well, switching gears over to the NFL. Which 0-2 team, Dave, are we still high on? And we're going to go quick on this, more yes, no, not really a whole bunch of elaborations.
Of
So,
course.
I'm gonna just say out the team name. If you're high on them, say yes. If their season's already done, say no. All
Got it.
right. All right. Chiefs.
They've been in the Super Bowl 3 straight years. If they lost to the Giants this week, different story.
Yes. Chiefs, yes. Super
Yeah.
Bowl champions, probably still get that division. Texans 0-2.
Texans asked me next week if they lose to Jacksonville and they're 0-3, the way the Colts have been playing too, that's lights out. That
Yeah,
line is
yeah,
terrible.
yeah. That's my feeling on the Texans too. It's not over yet, but they got to get going. And their division is still. I don't trust their division, so it's still a little up and down.
Of
But
course.
yeah, I'm gonna say no, but I can
Look,
see
this is
yes
one.
as
See
well.
me this week will tell me a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Panthers 0-2.
Done.
Done. Done. Okay. I'm actually gonna say yeah, I'm gonna say they're done too. I'm gonna say they're
They
done
ain't,
too.
they ain't
They're
gonna
close.
catch,
They're
let
they're
alone
still
Atlanta. They're
I
never
think
catching Tampa.
yeah. I think that they're probably still better off than the Saints, obviously, but
Oh,
still behind behind the Bucks and behind the Falcons. Bears 0
just real
2.
quick, to their
Yeah.
record since Tepper bought them, they are a trash franchise.
I mean, they've been a trash franchise for a good
Yeah.
good little chunk. Bears 0-2.
The division, rest of the division's too good. I don't think there's another bad team in that division. So they have to be done.
Yeah. They're another team this week. Let me see, who are they playing this week? The Bears are playing. The Bears are going to be playing the Cowboys in that late
Listen,
afternoon game.
if you can't
So
get right against that Cowboys defense, it's gonna be a long year.
that's it. Yeah, yeah. And we'll talk about that a little bit more when we get to the matchup. But yeah, this is their week. If they don't win this week, sky is going to be
I
falling in
still think
stripes.
they're done for the season, though.
Yeah,
They,
yeah. I
they
wouldn't
choked
disagree.
week one away.
Yes, they did. Jets 0-2.
Jets are done. The Bills were trash and were not trying last week and handled them. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can tell you the games that they aren't trying because Josh Allen didn't score any touchdowns.
yeah. I think the Jets are probably done as well. The division has been weaker, so they might get some wins back. Especially if they can right themselves. But yeah,
Sure.
they're gonna have a rough one. Giants 0-2.
I don't believe in Russell Wilson at all. And like I said, that game with the Cowboys could have gone either way. So,
Yeah.
but I mean,
I
we saw
think
we saw them in week one. In week one, they looked awful.
I think if they would have beaten the Cowboys, it actually would have hurt the Giants. They want to be done. Now, being done also probably kills off Dayball, but I think that they probably want to not
Dayball's gone
be
anyway.
winning. I don't think they want to be winning these games.
He'll be back
Uh,
coordinating somewhere.
yeah. Titans 0-2.
Um, they're not going to. One, I don't like that division, so I'm not going to say they're done.
Yeah.
And two, let me tell you something. Cam Ward can play.
Miami Hurricane
I
should have
he
won the Heisman.
listen. They ain't going anywhere close to the playoff,
Yeah.
but you don't want to see that guy.
No. No. I think also I can't remember what we called in our preseason picks. I need to go pull that up, but I feel like they probably get to 7 wins. Personally, that's just me.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Six or seven. 6 or 7.
I think six would be a fantastic year for where
Yeah,
they are and the
es-
terrible head coach they have.
especially right now. 1, 2, 3 Browns done.
Come on,
Moving
they
on.
were done before the season started.
Moving on.
Same for the
Uh,
next team.
and then also 1, 2, 3 Saints
That's the worst
done.
team in the that's the worst team in the but they have to be the worst team in the league. I know a couple Saints fans and I told each of them if you guys scrape your way to 4 or 5 wins and don't have the top pick, it's a failure of a season. You
Yeah.
have they came out of the worst of cap hells. They're the one team that couldn't figure out the cap at all. and just packed everything for the future, and then that bill came due.
They kept kicking the can, and the can just kept getting
Well,
bigger.
and the thing is, you can
Kept getting
kick the
bigger.
can and take a hit in a year like the Bills did last year when you have a
Yeah.
Josh Allen. When you don't
Yes.
have a Josh Allen, that bill comes due.
And we're paying nobodies there. It's not a good look. Not a good look. All right. Let's go ahead and get to these picks. Our week 3 picks are brought to you by our sponsor, South Beach Bookie, the premier sports betting app, who is offering fans of the American Fan $250 in free play. Simply DM them TAF free play. Place your bet, win, cash out. Everyone needs a bookie. South Beach Bookie has your back. And a few of you guys have been asking me questions about South Beach Bookie. Please DM them. Let them know it's free. It's free money. Just go get it and use it, cash out, play with it, all that good stuff. So keep those questions coming as well. Starting off again as we do with our prime time games. Your game is tonight. My game was last Thursday. Oof, it was a rough one. Your Bills are minus 11.5 favorites at home versus the Dolphins. How do you feel?
Too many people out, too many points. Secondary hurt, Oliver hurt, Milano hurt. I mean, the Bills win the game, but that's too much. It's already gotten bet down. It was 12.5 late yesterday. So any sharp is taken. It's too many points for a
Yeah.
division game. However, if the Bills cover, which the way they play against the Dolphins in the last few years says they probably will, I
Hmm.
still don't think they will. But if the Bills cover this game, or it's in any way not close, Mike McDaniel's not their coach tomorrow
Hmm.
because
Um,
their bye is not till late, and they don't play again till the next month till next Monday night.
okay. Oh, okay. Okay. They get
This
it.
is
They get
your
a nice,
this would
nice
be
rest. Your
if
window.
they have a performance like they've had, because the one thing I will say is the
What up,
Bills are going to have a
Frank?
hard time because of
Frank
their
watching.
their defensive their defensive issues. The Bills are going to have a hard time, but they're not stopping that Bills offense at any point in
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. I think for me, it's too many points because, like you said, Mike McDaniels is coaching for his life. So if they not only get beat, but they get beat by 2 scores, it's not a good look. I
Well, and
think
the
this is a little
question
bit
is,
closer to the 5-4
do
line,
do
personally.
they do they care that he's coaching for his life? Because it might be one of those things. So players might like him because he doesn't push you,
But he doesn't push you.
which doesn't make you lock in. Part of his problem is they locked in with Tua. He's cursed by Tua. Once,
Yep.
listen, once when you're happy that a division rival, the team you hate the most, kept their quarterback, that quarterback sucks.
That wasn't the
Tua
quarterback to
sucks.
keep. Yeah, that wasn't the quarterback to keep. And then also too, not to belabor the point, but they haven't had a backup strategy for the inevitable Tua flame out or injury in 3 years now, and so they've
But
been
they
held
can't
hostage by
because
that.
of who they've had to pay. They had to pay Tyreek. They had to pay Waddle. They were paying Jalen Ramsey, so they got rid of him with all the stories coming out about that. Or there's some doozies in there too.
Yeah,
They paid Tua. So at that point, I mean that's the other thing is like their defense is awful, but
yeah.
they didn't have any money left to pay people because the problem is when you go to pay that quarterback, that has to be the guy. So like I said,
You can't. I mean, the Niners are going through that now, and we'll get to their game. But the Niners are going through that now. You had to pay Brock Purdy,
I
top of the
like
food
Purdy. I
chain
like
money.
Purdy a whole heck of a lot more than Tua.
Then Tua, yes, but does he like when you're bless you when you're paying that quarterback? To your point, that quarterback's got to be the guy, man. Like Kyler Murray has been middle of the road, and it's like
That's one of your
you
big
you
questions.
you you
Is
handcuff your team by those decisions, but you're stuck because you have to pay him.
it's
It's
what
kind of
quarterbacks
like
cost. It's what quarter
yeah,
you're going to have to pay somebody that money. So
yeah,
if you
yeah,
like your guy enough, you got to pay him.
yep. Sunday night football: Chiefs at the Giants. Chiefs are minus 6.5 favorites on the road. Um, it's a lot of points for these Chiefs right now, and that Giant defense is very good, or at least we still think that they can be very good. They have had some trouble stopping the run, so the Chiefs that plays a little bit back into the Chiefs' hands because the Chiefs have had struggles on the ground right now. So if they're able
Yeah,
to get that going,
the weak
that actually
points
could help.
lineup. I see a Chiefs win, don't cover.
Okay.
I
Okay.
just it what the Giants can do well doesn't play into Chiefs' hands and vice versa. So it's just
Kind of a
I think
push.
it's I Chiefs get the W, but 6.5 is a lot of points for the way this Chiefs offense looks.
I think I'm gonna lean on that run game, and that's gonna set up a deep shot.
You mean the
I,
Pacheco Hunt run
yeah,
game?
yeah. Also, I didn't realize they had what is his name, Mitchell from the Niners. I didn't see he's been inactive. Like they picked him up in the offseason. I didn't even realize that.
And
But they have enough bodies on the ground to get going, and if they're able to get going, it'll take some of the pressure off of Mahomes. Maybe extend some of those drives as well.
sure, I don't see it.
You don't see it. All
No.
right. And the final primetime game, what's going on, Mary? Mary from the Big Three. The final primetime game, Lions versus Ravens. That's a good one. Ravens are going to be -4.5 favorites at home. Lions coming off the heels of an explosive game last week versus
Explosive.
the Bears. Looking like all is right in Motown again. The Ravens had a very, I would say, it was a good game. What I mean, they obviously beat the hell out of the Browns, but at the same time, they didn't look great at all times. I would say in that game too. So who you got in that one?
I'll take the Ravens even given all those points. Jared Goff outside.
Okay,
Jared
all
Goff
right.
outside versus Jared Goff inside. Not the same player.
That's been a
And
little bit
and and
dispelled
the
over the
Ravens
years,
slightly, but the Ravens ain't the
slightly,
Bears. Also, the Ravens
slightly.
ain't the Bears.
Yeah, yeah. Um, that's a good game, bro. That's a good game.
It is a good game.
I don't have a
I don't want
feeling
you
on
to
that
take that
one.
as a sign of a bad game. You could win by
No, no, no,
you
no,
could win
no,
by
no, no,
five
no.
and have a good game.
Yeah, no, no, no. That's a tough one, bro, because both of those teams have been playing really well. This is definitely a keep your money in your pocket one, unless these are your teams and you're just blinded by faith.
Oh, I think that would
Um,
be keep your money in your pocket even more.
yeah, I'm gonna go Lions just to be the other guy, but I have no
I
analysis
Part
on
of
it.
it is like I still think the Ravens are the best team in the league. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But they still. This is one of those prove it games. Both teams are 1-1. Both teams took kind of tougher losses, I would say, in week one. So we're gonna see. All right, switching over to the early games. Raiders at my Commanders. Commanders are -3.5 favorites at home, but we do not know about Jaden Daniels. It might be Marcus Mariota under center. The Raiders did not look good on Monday Night Football. They're also on a short week and flying cross country, playing the early game. I'm going to take my Commanders, but prayerfully, it is not a
I
stressful.
yeah, I would take your Commanders and the points if it's Jaden. If it's Marcus Mariota, I feel very much the opposite.
Really? Not a Mariota revenge game if uh if he's out there.
Were you serious about that?
I
Should I
was. That
not have
was that was
laughed?
dead serious. That was a dead serious. I could tell by your laugh. You were laughing at me and praying that I wasn't serious, but I was actually serious.
I didn't think you were serious.
Hey, listen. Mariota looked good last year. Both times he had to come in the game, so I can at least from that aspect. He hasn't had to obviously start a game and be under center from the beginning, but coming in,
But
coming in off the bench
Mitch
as
Trubisky
the
came in for
reliever,
one play last week and threw a dart.
he
That does
did.
not mean
He
that
did.
I'm looking for Mitch Trubisky to come in and be playing games.
Hey, listen, Mitch Trubisky was the number one pick of the draft.
Two,
He's got was he number two?
number two.
Who's number one?
It was not Mitch Trubisky. I got to remember what year, but I know I'm right.
Trubisky was number one, Dave.
He was the number two pick.
Number two.
It's number two
Because
pick.
Deshaun Watson was drafted that year too, and I feel like he
But
was
that
like
was
four.
the Watson one was four.
Yeah, he was like four.
I got to remember which year the draft was. It's
We're
escaping my
gonna
mind,
we're
but
gonna
I
look
know
that
for a
up
fact.
before we get
I
off
know for
air.
a
It's all right.
fact
I'll,
he's
I'll
two.
come back to that. I'll come back to that.
I know for a fact I'm right.
That was very strong. Um, All right, let's see. Switching over to the Bengals at the Vikings. This is the backup bowl. It is going to be Carson Wentz versus Jake Browning. The Vikings are -2.5 favorites at home. Who you got in that one?
Uh, that's a tough call. What was the spread on that one again?
2.5. 2.5 Vikings. Vikings at home.
2.5 Vikings at home. I think right now Carson Wentz is probably better than than uh, than JJ is. So
Yeah.
I would take the Vikings in that. I
Take,
would actually
taking the
feel
Vikings.
I feel pretty comfortable on that.
You were right. I'm trying to see who the number one pick
Miles
was.
Garrett was number one.
Oh, it was Myles Garrett?
Yes,
He was number one. He was number one quarterback.
yes,
Okay,
he
I
was
was
the
like,
number
I
one
know there
quarterback
wasn't a
taken.
quarterback behind him. I should have said that, and then I would have still had somewhere to go. Dang. All right. You're right. You're right. Dave was right. I'm gonna go with the Bengals actually. The Bengals. Carson Wentz he hasn't looked good over the years, and Downing as a backup has always come in and looked functional. Now he did have some horrendous interceptions last week when he came in off the bench, but now with a week as hey, you're the guy, and he's done that before. He got them to I want to say close to 500 the last time he was the guy over and over again. He's not going up against a defense that's out of this world. I think they've got a shot. So I'm gonna actually go Bengals on the road.
I trust Kevin O'Connell.
That's now we do. Now we want to start getting the coaches involved in it. I'll go O'Connell over what's the guy's name? Zach Taylor.
Zach
Yeah,
Taylor.
I'll probably go him over Zach. Up next, we got the Steelers at the Patriots. Steelers are -1.5 favorites on the road. Tom Brady is rolling over in a press box right now that the Patriots are underdogs at home.
Tom Brady
But
does not care about that.
I think he does. He's got a statue there.
He could not care less.
He's got a statue there now.
He's too busy stealing information for the Raiders.
You ain't like that we should have put in the daggone show. That's on me. I forgot to put that down. We can talk about it quickly. How do you feel about the whole Brady in the press box?
Well, he's bad at it. So
Oh no, Brady's not bad at
okay.
I don't mind him. I don't mind him. I feel like he's trying not to curse a lot. I know the truth there.
They had a much better guy. His name's Greg Olson.
Yeah. No, that's
Greg Olson is much
that's
better
right.
at it.
Greg Olson's great. I don't think that he shouldn't have been demoted to the B team like that. But how do you feel in terms of Brady as a commentator getting inside information from these teams and then taking it back to the Raiders? How do you
I
feel?
feel if the coaches were
about that?
complaining, I think we'd have a problem. But so far, every coach they've asked about it said it's not an issue.
Okay.
If they don't think it's an issue, I don't think it's an issue.
I would say just from the pure optics of it, and also who Brady is, and who some people profess that he's a cheater and all those things. I think, look, some of those things are overblown, obviously, but he's been very strong. He's been very close to the line in some things. I wouldn't, as a league, put yourself in the position to say, "Oops," later on down the line if things come out. If you could help it, that's just my feeling.
All it would take is a coach complaining, and no coaches are complaining. So
Okay, that's fair.
If they feel fine with it, they know far more about football than I do.
Yeah. All right, Steelers, Patriots. Who you got?
I'll take the Pats. I
plus 1.5. Okay.
Coaching, they might get Christian Gonzalez back this week, which helps. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mike Vrabel's too smart of a coach to not pressure the hell out of Aaron Rodgers, because Aaron Rodgers, if he gets pressured, is not good anymore.
Okay. I'm gonna go Steelers because simply for the fact that you can't lose these games. These are not the games that you want to mess around and lose if you can help it. So especially starting off so strong versus the Jet, I think if their offense can get back rolling, then they'll be okay. But yeah, you definitely don't want to mess around with the Patriots of the world if you can help it. Switching over, we got the Colts visiting the Titans. Titans plus 4.5 dogs at home. Colts have been on fire, playing really well. Do you think they cover those points?
I'll say no to the cover. I don't
Okay.
believe in the Colts yet. I do not believe in Daniel Jones yet.
Yeah, yeah.
But at some point they keep playing this way, we all have to start believing. Because one thing I
Yeah,
will tell
yeah.
you, when you watch them play, I'm just like, oh, that guy's pretty good, and that guy's good. They have a lot of talent up and down that roster. So if
Yes.
Jones can maintain, this
Well, you
becomes
know
a
what?
scarier team.
Listen, I'll say this about Daniel Jones. As much as everyone wants to talk bad about him, that year that they went to the playoffs, Daniel Jones he's not gonna give you a whole lot of turnover worthy plays. He's not gonna do too much. If he's actually being a game manager, now you don't want to draft a game manager obviously in the first round, and that's what the Giants did. But now that he's someone else's problem, to have a game manager with that high of a floor, I think that that's not a bad place to be. So I'm gonna go Colts. To your point, the Titans have been playing well in their losses. I think the Colts probably win it.
Oh yeah, I would say the same thing. And Tyler Warren has been the stud we all thought he would be coming out of college at Penn State. Great tight
Yeah,
end.
yeah, yeah, 100%. Texans at the Jags. Jags minus 1.5 favorites at home. Um, that one is another one. So the Texans are 0-2, Jags are 1-1. The Jags can lay the knockout punch to the Texans in week 3 if they can win this game.
I mean, the problem is the Texans line is so bad, but I have to figure I like D'Amico. CJ Stroud, as much as I hate to say it, is good. They
Yeah,
have they have some pieces. They just have no offensive line whatsoever. I will take the Texans outright. My other thing that I think we have to start having a weekly watch on just because of how much they gave up for him. You got to do the Travis Hunter watch every week. And he's already
mm,
starting to get dinged up too, just like he did in college all the time. I think the
mm,
kid has all the talent in the world, but once again, if he is not a two-way contributor, this was a disaster of a pick.
mm. Yeah, yeah. I think and he hasn't made many highlight plays. I don't think he has any touchdowns yet, and you
No,
know,
he doesn't hasn't had much of anything.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's not good. I'm gonna go Jags because I think that the floor might be falling out in Houston, but yeah, this is definitely. I think both these
It's
teams
all
are
this is an
both
all or
across the
nothing
line.
week for the Texans, especially if the Colts start out 3-0 and you start out 0-3,
That's it.
that's too
Almost,
much to overcome in one season, even as long as the
almost.
season is.
Yeah, almost. I can't remember. Have the Colts beaten anybody in division yet?
No.
Okay, so the Titans that's their first
No,
divisional
wait,
game.
who did the Colts play week 1? It's escaping my mind.
I
Because they
can't
beat
I
the
can't think
Broncos
of
last
that.
week, and that was a surprise to me.
I can't think because no, they beat the Dolphins. Remember they beat the brakes off the Dolphins.
Oh yeah, they're right. They beat the Brakes. So yeah,
They
they
beat
haven't played
they,
a
they beat
division
the
game yet.
Dolphins. So this is their first divisional
Yeah,
opponent. So what I mean, you still could have a chance
you could,
based on how they do in the
you
division.
could, but
But
it's not the type of hole you want to be in.
running out of road.
Yeah,
Going next up, we got the Falcons at the Panthers. Panthers are plus 5.5 dogs at home versus the Falcons. Don't touch it. Do not touch it.
that's a note. I gunpoint.
No, don't do it.
I'd
You
still
better
take the
look. You better
Falcons.
say
I
Falcons.
don't like the
Falcons money
Panthers.
line at best.
Well, Falcons money line. I'm just saying, since I make myself choose against the
Yeah.
spread, I'll take the Falcons minus 5.5. I don't care for that in one bit. The only thing
Ooh.
you should be touching there is money line.
Only thing I'm touching in that game are player props at best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I
Only
think
thing
the
I'll be touching
Panthers.
is the remote to not watch a second of it.
That's fair too. I think the Panthers have been playing well enough that I think that this, and then also it's divisional, so I think it'll at least be close. But I would lean more Panthers covering 5.5 than going to the Falcons because I just don't trust the Falcons. I just don't. Next up, Rams at the Eagles, a rematch of the divisional playoff round.
Game of the day on Sunday.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially at the 1 o'clock block. I think so. It's Eagles 3.5 favorites at home. I'm going Rams personally. The Eagles' offense hasn't shown much. The Eagles' defense has been able to be taken advantage of. I think the Rams actually pull the upset.
I like where your head's at here. I don't like to agree all the time on this, but Matthew Stafford is built to take advantage of the things that you need to take it because you have to be pinpoint and you have
Yeah,
to be able to get that ball in there. If you can
yeah,
do those things, you can beat the Eagles. And you also have to be willing to stand in there and take shots, which Stafford is also willing to do that. So
yeah.
they're perfectly built to beat them. They almost beat them in the playoffs last year.
Yes, they did, and I would have been in LA for that Commanders Rams game if they
That
would have
game would
been.
have went a lot better for you. That game would have went a lot better for you.
So I think it would have. You never know. You never know.
Can't have gone worse.
No, no, probably right there too. Probably right as well there. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think the Rams they've got as good a shot as anybody. Obviously, like I said, the offense hasn't really shown much, and then the defense hasn't been terrific. So they are 2-0 or through this. Yeah, they're 2-0, 2-0 right now. Everybody's 2-0, but yeah, I think they go down on this one.
I like it.
Uh, Next up, got the Jets versus the Bucks. Bucks are -6.5 favorites at home versus the Jets. Any word on Justin Fields? Is he playing?
Well, he was concussion protocol last week.
Yeah.
Although, okay, can I tell you something? When Justin Fields was not playing, he was still playing. He was 3 of 11. So, and the Bills secondary is hurt right now, and they were at home. I've easily taken the Bucks here, even though
Okay.
6.5 is a few more points than I would like it to be. Um, when do we start having is Baker a top 5 quarterback discussion? Are we there
He,
yet?
he's top 10. He's top 10. He's top 10 for sure.
Because
Top 10
I'll
for
tell you, as
sure.
far as quarterbacks that their players love, Baker's
He's
easily top 5 in that.
he's number one in your program.
Well, he's not number one, but I mean, players love that man. You ever
Yeah.
see? I just saw a picture a couple days ago when he went to Carolina there for that stretch after he was wrongfully sent away from the Browns.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, everybody in Cleveland still hates that decision, and they buy Mayfield jerseys every place he goes. That tells you another thing. This
Yeah.
man was out here playing scout team defensive end.
I remember that. Remember that?
Yep.
Yes.
This guy
Baker's
just
had
wants to
Baker's
play
had a beautiful
football.
journey. He's had a beautiful journey for real, for real. He
And
went to
one
the
thing
Rams, like he was cast off, man.
And one thing
Good
I
for
will
him.
tell you about Baker, you saw it the other day where he kind of got hurt a little bit on that hit, but somebody started talking to him. Baker wiped that off to make sure he talked right back to that man.
It was
Baker does
TJ
not
Gardner
care.
Johnson,
Yeah,
and I thought his daggone ankle was broke. Like when I saw the
it
highlight, I
might
was
have
like,
it might have
ankle's
been,
broke.
but Baker's gonna
I'm
talk.
straight up.
I will love Baker forever for planting that flag in the middle of Ohio Stadium. That man has a pass for me for life.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm taking the Bucks. I'll take the Bucks and those points. Even though the Jets defense is solid, I'm still gonna lean Bucks. Last early game, Packers versus Brown. Packers -7.5 favorites on the road. Browns are trash. Browns struggle scoring points. Browns defense isn't good enough to stop this offense, and the Packers defense might
With
be the
respect
best
to
in the
Miles
league.
Garrett, never again.
With
Let's make
respect,
sure.
and then also Denzel Ward. But
I've seen
overall,
no evidence that the Packers aren't the best team in the NFC.
yeah, and they're quiet. If they put together another master class, they're quietly the best team in the league.
This won't
Not
be the
even
game.
last.
This won't be the game to know. We won't know by this game because it's
We
the
we
Browns.
won't know. We won't know. We won't know. But I mean, in terms of where everyone's playing right now, in terms of level, they were taking shots at my team last week where I thought I was watching Madden. Like it was like they're going deep again. Like Like,
Well,
they were
you're
going deep like every 5 seconds. I was like, all right, so maybe let's cover deep. Like it was bad.
your tough part is they were a Super Bowl contender anyway, and they added Michael Parsons. That
That
makes it
defense,
tough.
that defense is a problem. It's really, really a problem. I will say this, and I had said this. I can't remember. I don't think I said this to you. No, I didn't say this to you, but I want to make sure I put this on wax. So I'm going to say this again. Um, Remember what happened to the Buccaneers after they beat the doors off the Commanders week 1 last year. So week 2, short week, we're riding a wave of momentum. Also not knowing exactly what they were going to give. I feel like the Commanders are going to see the Packers again, and I feel like we're going to beat them in the playoffs. That's just you heard it here first.
I will give you one guarantee: if you see them again in the playoffs, you will
Okay.
do better than you did against the Eagles last year.
Okay. All right.
First
I
up,
don't,
let's focus on y'all making the playoffs first.
We're gonna make the playoffs, Dave. Moving on. So yeah, we both got the Packers. We both say that's gonna be a blowout. Afternoon games: Broncos at the Chargers. Broncos are 1-1, right? Broncos are 1-1.
Yeah, lost
Chargers
to the
are
Colts.
2-0. Chargers have a chance to do the unthinkable, and that's go 3-0 in division. Their first 2 games have both been versus divisional opponents, so they have 3 straight divisional games. I don't know why the NFL ever did that, but they have a chance to really kind of gain some distance on the field with this win if they can pull it off.
This makes me wish, because my big pick was that the Chiefs weren't going to win their division. I wish I would have went with my heart on which team was going to win that division, because it's really starting to look like the Chargers, formerly of San Diego, now of Los Angeles. They look pretty good.
I'm still reserving judgment on them in
And
terms of how
I
good
will
they
tell you,
are.
some of the reasons I never liked Bo Nix have really started to pop back up in the first 2 weeks.
Okay. I feel like, and remember I told you I didn't think the Broncos were as good as everyone was professing them to be. That was my personal opinion. Um,
Yeah, I
but
fell for a couple things. I wanted to pick somebody that was not the Chiefs. I wanted
yeah,
to pick the Chargers, but I think the Slater injury talked me out of
yes,
it. But then they
yes.
just replaced him with Joe Alt, who looks like they have not skipped one beat.
No drop off. I think this is the game that kind of separates both of these teams. If the Broncos lose this game, I think that their season could start to unravel a little bit. If
Quickly.
uh, if the Chargers win it, I think that like I said, they're gonna gain a couple strokes on the field for sure.
Well, yeah,
Just off of
that's.
this
I
win.
mean, it would be really tough because you're already looking at the Chiefs have 2 losses
Yeah, and
guaranteed.
you banked a
That
win
would
versus
mean
the
that,
Chiefs.
I mean, you might be in a situation where you're 3 games in, 2 games up with a division win on everybody.
Yeah, you're
Think
you're
about
up a
that.
game and a
That would
half
be
already.
crazy.
Yeah. Um, Next up, we got the Saints versus the Seahawks. Seahawks minus 7.5 favorites at home. We got that one.
Seahawks definitely win. That's too many points. That's too many points. I can't take the Sam Darnold Seahawks minus 7.5. I can't do it.
No, offensively they have not looked great at all. Not
Well,
to that
their
point.
their running game is very good, although you never know which player is going to go off. One of them will
Yeah,
go off every game.
yeah.
Um, and Smith and Jigba is fantastic.
He is. Now I haven't seen many people with him, and that's kind of when they when
No,
they
he's carrying quite a bit of the load out there on
you,
offense.
you trade DK and you let Tyler walk. It was just him. So Cooper Cup is a little long in the tooth and a little slower than he already was. So it's
He looked fine week one against San
yeah,
Francisco.
yeah.
He looked okay.
We gonna see. But I 100% agree with you. I say Saints by the points, but Seahawks definitely should win the game. Uh, Another divisional opponent, Cardinals versus the Niners. Niners minus 2.5 favorites at home. Is Brock Purdy playing?
There's no indication that he is. I'm pretty sure this is Mac
Yeah,
Jones because
yeah,
I think the line would be higher if Brock Purdy was playing.
yeah. I don't know if I can ride with Mac Jones back to back weeks.
You ready to ride with Kyler to be 3-0?
The Cardinals always give the Niners problems.
They do.
Always,
That's why it's
always give the Niners problems.
just, and then the Niners are so hurt. I mean, no
Yeah,
Kittle, no Purdy. Um,
already.
Trent Williams has been game time decisions. You know, gosh,
Say
that's a
it.
tough.
Say it.
I'm going to take the Niners. I can't have Kyler. I can't pick 3-0 Kyler Murray.
You don't believe yet. I understand. I understand. I don't believe either, but they've had some good matchups and they've taken advantage of them. So if this is another good matchup at the time, you're playing them while they're wounded, and also could really hurt them. Like this could really hurt the Niners and their season. You gotta put the bootstraps. You gotta put the boots
Um,
to them for sure. You can't mess around with that. Uh, the late night game, excuse me, the late afternoon game. Cowboys at the Bears. Bears plus 1.5 dogs at home. Last game that we're going to talk about. Who you got in that one?
oh God, that's another tough one. Um, Institutional know-how. I have not seen anything. I'm getting close to being prepared, and I know it's still very early for being prepared to be wrong about Caleb. If you can't torch this defense, so I'm gonna take the Bears because I'm putting this challenge out to Caleb. Because
Okay.
I'm gonna say, Caleb, I'm not a Bears fan, but I am one of your remaining believers. You don't torch this Cowboys defense, that's a wrap.
Listen, if the Bears lose this game, there's going to be whispers. The whispers are going to start. I don't care how they lose it. I don't care if it's
Well,
a tight one.
can I tell you
And
part of the reason they're gonna start? And I mean, some of this will be co-opted off of some Bomani Jones thing. They really love their backup there. They really love
who's the
that
backup?
kid Bajan.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah, he's done okay with them when he comes in games. But here's one of your other things. This is why you don't put a white backup when you have a black starter, because people will call for that backup. This is why Tyrod Taylor stays employed, my friend.
Yeah,
That's why Josh Johnson has played on like every team in the league.
twice.
Yeah, there's reasons for this.
Yeah, yeah.
You do not put, especially this kid's like a folk hero to these people. Hell, the Giants were almost bringing DeVito back. That guy
Yeah,
sucks.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
Can't
it's
let a
I mean,
white guy take
listen,
hold. Can't let a white
it's
guy take hold as your backup.
it's bad. It's bad for it for the Bears. Also for Mr. Johnson, who I will always dislike because of how he played my team, but I'm thankful he did. I've told you I don't feel like I feel like there's a lot of power struggles in Chicago already.
Well,
And
I think if this goes the way it could go, this loss and you get them 0-3 after choking away because they choked away game one. There's no
yes,
other way
yeah,
to say it.
1,000%, not a question.
I think then that's when you have your investments in Ben Johnson. Everybody else, that's expendable. And I think your first move is Ryan Poles. Boot him.
Okay, okay, that's actually a good call. That's actually a good call. Before anybody, he's the first one to go, and then after that, we'll see. But I mean, in switching gears over to the Cowboys side of the table, if they lose this game, their season might already be in peril. They need to win this one just to well, I say that because you already know how things get in Dallas. They're not a
Yeah.
patient fan base. They're not a patient
No.
team. And so the sky will immediately fall if they lose again. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things where it's like, oh, Dak's trash, CD can't play, and all that kind of stuff. If they lose this one and they go 1-2, I don't know who they have next week, but like if they start 1-2, 1-3, everyone will be out
It
on the
starts
Cowboys.
growing. It starts
You know what I
growing.
mean? So, all right. We didn't do this last week, and I'm sorry because I forgot. But build your perfect parlay, Dave. let's go ahead and go with your perfect parlay first, and then I'll give you mine, and I'll start working on the cut-ups as we speak.
I would go with that. Much I hate to say it, 11.5 points is too many points. I would put the Dolphins points because
Even
I'm,
though the
I'm gonna keep
Dolphins
this. I'm gonna
screwed
keep
us
this
week
on
one,
points.
Dave. The Dolphins screwed us week one, Dave, but we'll all
Well,
right.
we didn't realize that they were roasted. Now you know what? I can't do that. Not with the Bills. I want to see them in pain. I'm going to take the Ravens, even though it's 4.5.
Okay.
Commanders 3.5. As long as Jaden is playing, early morning game for the Raiders. Not good historically for them.
Okay.
And I'll take that -2.5 for the Vikings.
Okay. All right. All right. My perfect parlay is all underdogs. Now I might also tease these, so give that caveat as well.
Oh, I didn't want to start getting into teasers because there's
Yeah.
oh that
Just to
Bills
safeguard
game.
yourself.
The
Safeguard
Bills
yourself,
game would,
man.
would be teased. That Packers game would be teased.
A win is a win.
The Buccaneers
I'm
game would be teased. I could. That's a 3-teamer easy right there.
okay. I'm gonna go Panthers plus 5.5. I'm gonna go Dolphins plus 11.5, and then I'm gonna go Saints plus 7.5. I feel like all those games.
Once
That's a
again,
lot of
as I
points.
said, if the Dolphins aren't covering that, Mike McDaniel's getting fired before he
Before,
gets back on.
like he's gonna have a bus pass. He's not even getting
Yeah,
on the plane. Yeah, that's it. Well,
yeah.
thank you
But you know
guys. So
what? I won't feel bad for him.
yeah,
He'll have a great career going back to being offensive coordinator. He'll be in
yeah.
demand the moment he's fired.
He had a great time in Miami. Nobody's crying Argentina for Mike McDaniels. I'll say that.
That's true.
Uh, well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will go ahead and post this and then start working on our clips. I didn't work on our clips last week. Last week had some personal things going on this side and didn't have a chance to
Things
do much.
happen.
So I've got some other things too because
Hey,
we
don't
had some
apologize
take.
to anybody. You do this for free.
That's, hey,
They don't
listen, we
pay
gotta
anything for this.
apologize. We gotta apologize to the people
I
out
don't
there. You know
apologize
what
for
I mean?
anything. I apologize for nothing.
That's why he's the Death Star,
You
Dave, and
get
I'm.
what you get. You're
We'll see
lucky
you
to have
guys.
it.
We'll see you guys next time. Take care. All right, Dave.